Hello and welcome to the Majesty of the Faith, the program where we reflect on the great gift of the Catholic faith in all its simple majesty. I'm your host, Michael Voris. Today our topic follows on from last week's, where we talked about the keys of the kingdom. As our blessed Lord foretold that he would give Peter the keys of the kingdom, he also promised something else. He said the church he would establish on blessed Peter would not be overcome by the powers of hell. Most specifically, he said, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. So from the very outset, our blessed Lord declares war on hell. This should not be surprising, though. In fact, the sounds of war had already been rumbling throughout history. It was Satan who fired the first shot in the Garden of Eden, and now God promised what Satan began, he, God, would put an end to. God promised the defeat of Satan in the garden, and his defeat would not be instantaneous, however. It would be the long, drawn-out death of total extinction, so absolute and final that none who witness it could ever question it. It would be total defeat for hell. For total defeat, there must be total war. And here our blessed Lord puts the finishing touches on his battle plan. Satan is to be routed utterly. When we hear Christ declare that the gates of hell shall not prevail, many Catholics almost reflexively think kind of in a defensive mind. They think like, well, we're on the defense. Kind of like, here we are, us little Catholics hunkered down in our little stronghold and withstanding the assaults from the kingdom of hell. No way. That's not how it is at all. It is the church that is on the attack against hell. Listen again carefully to what our Lord says. The gates of hell shall not prevail. It is the kingdom of hell, the rebellion of Satan, that will be unable to fend off the attack of the church. Sure, hell wins some of the battles, but make no mistake, as an army lays siege to a giant, supposedly impregnable fortress, the church is pressing in and bearing down on this kingdom of doom and wretchedness. Creation is being reclaimed by Christ. Here's a helpful way to think of it. Material creation belongs to God, pure and unstained. It was his from east to west. Then Satan, a member of the king's court, fomented treachery and rebellion and tried to overthrow the king. He cast his net far and ensnared the citizens of the kingdom. But the king promised he would return and not leave his subjects to suffer forever under the brutal yoke of the evil prince. So, the king unfolds most of his strategy very quietly. He will produce a counter-revolution. He will restore his reign. So, he himself sneaks in behind enemy lines, undetected in the stable, and goes about the business of collecting his army of supporters over the next years. He tells his most loyal commanders that his plan will not fail, that ultimate victory is his, and they will share in that triumph. He tells them the defeat of the evil prince will ultimately be brought about by his mighty army that he is gathering around him, and when he gives the signal, they should join him in the attack. In the Gospel of John, we hear the account of what happened the night before the initial attack began. In the upper room at the Last Supper, our Lord says to them, the night before the all-out attack, our Lord tells them in the Gospel of John, now is the prince of this world cast out. The next day, the king launches the attack and the kingdom of hell is shaken. The prisoners that were being held are freed and escorted into the heavenly kingdom by the king. Many will fall in this war. The devastation will be unimaginable. It will last a very long time. It will be the bloodiest war in history because it will never end until history ends. And when it ends, the gates of hell will not have prevailed. Satan will be crushed under the heel of the King of Heaven, the Queen of Heaven, and their exhausted, battle-weary forces. The gates of hell will be torn down, the kingdom overrun, and it will be a wasteland, a laughingstock for the nations. The whole story is summed up in the book of Isaiah. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, who didst rise in the morning? How art thou fallen to the earth? Thou didst wound the nations. Thou didst say in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit in the mount of the covenant in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the height of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. But yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, into the depths of the pit. They that see thee shall turn toward thee and behold thee. Is this the man that troubled the earth, that shook kingdoms? All of this is accomplished in time by Christ through the Catholic Church and the Catholic Church alone. It is we who are on the attack. Our blessed Lord is already victorious. We're only engaged now in mop-up duty. The gates of hell will not be able to resist the attacks of the church. But, true to their name, they won't surrender without one hell of a fight. However, just remember what Christ has said. You will have distress, but have confidence. I have overcome the world. You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.